Om Jnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Translation and commentary by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Adi Leela chapter 8 text 17. Jnanatah sulabha muktir bhaktir yagyadi punyataha Sayang sadhana sahasrayar hari bhakti sudurlabha. Translation. By cultivating philosophical knowledge, one can understand his spiritual position and thus be liberated, and by performing sacrifices and pious activities, one can achieve sense gratification in a higher planetary system. But the devotional service of the Lord is so rare that even by executing hundreds and thousands of such sacrifices, one cannot obtain it. Purport. Prahlad Maharaj instructs, Matena Krishne paratasvato vamitopi bhadyeta grihavratanam Naishang matistavadurukramanghrim sprishatyanartha pagamo yadartha mahiyasang padarajobhishekam niskinchananam navrinita yavat. These shlokas are to be discussed. Their purport is that one cannot obtain Krishna Bhakti or the devotional service of the Lord by official execution of the Vedic rituals. One has to approach a pure devotee. Narottam Das Thakur sings, Charya Vaishnava Sheva Nishta Payet Che Keba, who has been elevated without rendering service to a pure Vaishnava. It is the statement of Prahlad Maharaj that unless one is able to accept the dust from the lotus feet of a pure Vaishnava, there is no possibility of achieving the platform of devotional service. That is the secret. The above-mentioned Tantra Vachan, quoted from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, is our perfect guidance in this connection. This verse and purport is quite apt for this ceremony of initiation. There's a very famous statement of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. Out of all the living beings who are wandering in the universe, one who is very fortunate by the grace of Guru and Krishna can get the seed of the creeper of devotional service. That is very rarely achieved. Mostly people are not interested in self-realization. Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhye. And out of very few people are interested in self-realization, few may attain perfection. But there are different kinds of perfection or siddhi. There's karma siddhi, which means by performing pious activities one can go to the heavenly planets. Jnana siddhi, by following the path of speculative knowledge, one can merge into the impersonal Brahman. Yoga siddhi, by performing mystic yoga, one can attain various perfections. But all these processes do not bring us to devotional service. Following these different processes is based on improper understanding of who we are. Therefore, before starting on any process, such as karma, jnana or yoga, first of all we should understand who we are. What is our real need? Actually we are Atma, we are pure spirit soul. But how can we understand that? In the Katha Upanishad it is stated, Nayam Atma pravachanena labhyo na medhaya na bahuna shrutena yam aivarsha vrinute tena labhyas tasyaisha atma vivrinute tanung swam. That the Atma cannot be understood simply by discussion, nor by argument or reasoning or intelligence, or even by hearing. To whom the Lord gives His mercy, that person can understand. So Atma can mean the individual self, or Atma can mean the Supreme Self. There is often much confusion in this matter. We should be eager to understand this subject. Sorry, the previous sentence wasn't translated. The understanding what is Atma, what is Paramatma, who we are and who is God, there's often much confusion in this matter. So we should be eager to know what we do in this life that maps out the whole course of our future. This human life is so valuable. How will we know? How will we know what is our proper duty? The Upanishad we just quoted said it's not by talking, discussing, arguing, reading, even hearing. Not necessarily by hearing. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't discuss about the Atma or we shouldn't hear about the Atma, but the point is that by our own efforts we cannot understand. For that we require the mercy of God. That He gives through His devotees. So there is a statement in Vedanta Sar of Ramanujacharya. Janama maranadi sangsara nala santapto deepta sara jala rashi meva upahara pani shrotriyang brahmanishtam gurum upasritya tang anusarati. Can you imagine if your head catches on fire? Can you imagine? Difficult to imagine. What would you do? You'd run, find where is water. You don't have much time because you're going to get burned alive. So just like a person whose head is blazing with fire, we're all burning in the fire of material existence, of birth and death. And it won't take much. We have to die soon. So we have to do something very quickly. So just like someone who's desperate, I have to get water immediately. We should run immediately and find out where is the Guru who can deliver us from birth and death. But we also should be careful. Not that anyone who's got a badge on saying, I am a Guru, we should be careful. We may see some liquid and think that, oh, it's water, okay, I'll pour it on my head. But it's petrol. So even in such an urgent matter, we should be careful. Because Bahavo Guruvo Santi Shishya Vitapaharaka Durlabha Sadguru Devi Shishya Santapaharaka. As Lord Shiva told his wife, there are many gurus who are very expert in taking their disciples' money. But it is rare to find a guru who will take away all your miseries. So I'm paraphrasing and adding purport to this Vedanta Sara quotation. Then the qualification, how can you know who is a bona fide guru? Then gives the same qualification that's given in the elsewhere in Shastra. It's a paraphrase of Tasmad Gurung Prapadyecha Jignasu Shraya Uttamam. No, I'm getting mixed up. I always get Shrotriyang Brahmanishtam. I'm getting mixed. What is it? Samitpani Shrotriyang Brahmanishtam. What's that verse? There are two. One's from the Upanishads and one's from the Bhagavatam. They say it's the same thing in different... Tadvigyana, no, but the Mundaka Upanishad, what's that one? Anyway, it's the same thing, but it's in slightly different words. The point is that one should approach with wood for sacrifice. That means in the mood of service. Yeah, Tadvigyanatam Sagirome Vabhigacha. That's Mundaka Upanishad. Shrotriyang Brahmanishtam. Samitpani Shrotriyang Brahmanishtam. One should, and then Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta Jigyasu Shraya Uttamam. Then Shabde Pare Chanishnatam Brahmanyu Pashamashra. The Samitpani is not there. Otherwise it's the same thing. So the two main qualifications one should see in the Guru is that he has heard the Vedic message in a bona fide parampara. Shabde pare chanishnatam. He should be fully immersed in the spiritual knowledge of the Shastra, and should have personally taken full shelter of the Supreme Lord. So one should approach such a Guru and take shelter. Some more insights into why we require to approach a Guru. Srila Prabhupada would often say that we should not approach a Guru as a fashion. He said that having a Guru is not like having a dog. Come here, good boy, pat on the head, get a little something to eat. We should understand the dangerous position, dire position that we are in. Some quotations from Chaitanya Charitamrita. Krishna Nitya Das Jeev Taha Bhuli Gala E Doshe Maya Tare Galai Bandhila. I am the eternal servant of Krishna. Forget it when a jiva forgets this, because of that fault, Maya ties him up by the neck. Krishna bhuli se jivanadi bahimuk ataiv maya tare deya samsara duk. Why are we suffering in this material world? From time immemorial we have forgotten Krishna. And instead of wanting to serve Krishna, we are inimical to Krishna. And therefore Maya gives us material suffering. Then from the Prema Vivarta of Jagadananda Pandit. I'm going to quote from that. Krishna bahimukhoya bhogavancha kare nikatastha mayatare japatiyatare pishache paile jaina mati chhanna hoy maya grasta jive hoy sei bhabudoy ami nitya Krishna das ei kotha bhule mayar nafar hoya chirodin bhule kabhu raja kabhu praja kabhu vipra shudra kabhu dev kabhu shudra kabhu sukhi kabhu dukhi kabhu kita khudra kabhu sharge kabhu marte narake bar kabhu dev kabhu daita kabhu das prabhu. So the translation of this is that when a jiva becomes inimical to Krishna and desires material enjoyment, then Maya is just waiting to catch him. Then he becomes like a person haunted by a ghost. Have you seen a person possessed by a spirit? Has anyone seen? I think it's common among Tamil people. It's quite common. Is it? So in Maya we are like that. We talk all nonsense and we do things which are against our own self-interest. So because of forgetting that I am the eternal servant of Krishna, we instead become a servant of Maya. And we wander in this material world for a very, very long time. Sometimes we're a king. Sometimes we're just an ordinary person. Sometimes we're a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya or Shudra. We get all different births in different bodies. Sometimes we get a very happy situation. Sometimes a very miserable situation. Sometimes we're an insect. Yeah, you see all these jantu. Is that insect? Jantu? Jantu means animal. Is it not? Yeah. Insect. So all of you see, this might have been your great-grandfather. There's so many flies here. So it might be your great-grandfather, or you might be like that in the next life if you don't chant Hare Krishna. So some very insignificant insect. Sometimes we're born in heaven, sometimes on earth, sometimes in hell, sometimes we're a demigod, sometimes we're a demon. Bhuta? Demon? Bhuta? He corrected himself. Okay. Well, sometimes we're a Bhuta also. That's also true, but that's not what I said. It's not reading this. Sometimes we're a servant, sometimes we're a master. And in this way, Erupe Brahmanda Brahmete Kono Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bij. After wandering and wandering and wandering and wandering and wandering in many, many births, then someone who is very fortunate, by the mercy of Guru and Krishna, we get the seed of devotional service. Krishna, who is within our heart, sees if someone is sincere and they want to come to him. Do you have a word for sincere in Tamil? Akapat, something like that. There's no word for kapat in Tamil. That means everyone's... It's a word, but it's not used. Well, maybe you should use it, because it's an important word. It's an important word. Kapat, akapat. Kapat means deceitful, and akapat means honest. There's no real word for sincere. There's no real word which exactly matches in Sanskrit. Ahaituki, you could say, but no one understands that. There are several words if you put together. Ahaituki, Gambhir, serious, Tivra, intense. Yeah. So then when Krishna sees someone is sincere, he arranges that he can get, that such a person can come to a guru. So by the mercy of Krishna one gets a guru, and then by the mercy of guru one gets Krishna. The guru teaches all the processes by which one can come to Krishna. Well, we might think that, well, if it's just some processes, then I'll get the book and I'll follow, and what do I need a guru for? But it's not only the processes. We can hear and chant about Krishna, but there's also the matter of actually becoming purified. Becoming purified from misconceptions, becoming purified from material attachments, becoming purified from false egoism. So it's not just a matter of exactly following the formulas, but one has to be molded. One's personality has to be molded so that all the dross, you don't understand that word, all the bad things come out, and all that leaves us, when all the bad things are gone, then there's Krishna consciousness, pure Krishna consciousness. Tate Krishna bhaje kare guru sevan maya jala chute pai Krishna charan. Therefore, one should worship Krishna and serve the Guru. You have a word for seva? Sevai, service. Use the Tamil word better. By the mercy of Guru and Krishna, one can come to Krishna. So one should go on worshipping Krishna and serve the Guru. And in this way we will be freed from the network of Maya. And we can attain the lotus feet of Krishna. We have to understand that this mercy is required. Often we hear devotees say that, well, I don't know who should I choose as my guru? It's just like, who shall I choose? You have that in American, Eeny, Meeny, Miny, Mo. You're not supposed to say that nowadays. You know that one? It's just like a lottery. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a nigger by the toe. If he hollers, let him go. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Okay, that one. So you can do some lottery to find out. And then you say, okay, Guru, I decided you are the one who is so fortunate that I'm going to be your disciple. I've decided by my causeless mercy that you can be my Guru. But that is exactly the opposite attitude that is required. Exactly the opposite attitude is required. Complete humility. Is that the right translation? Because we are separated from Krishna by our so many material desires and misconceptions and attachments and egoism. Practically, we should consider, and actually it's a fact, that it's practically impossible for us to come to Krishna. As Bhaktivinoda Thakur sings, Kam, Krodh, Lobha, Moha, Mad Adi Abhishta, Eshab Nachare, Kishe Pabe Radha Krishna. As long as we are absorbed in all the bad qualities, Kam, Krodh, Lobha, etc., then how can we attain to Radha Krishna? It is impossible. But at the same time, it seems impossible to get free from all these bad qualities. That is possible by the grace of Krishna, which is manifested through the Guru. There is a famous verse, Mukam karoti vachalang pangung langhayate giran yat kripa tamahang vande paramananda madhavam. Who made this verse? Where's this verse from? Does anyone know? It's actually originally means it's eternal, but it was manifested in this world, in this Kali Yuga by Shankaracharya. So he says that by the mercy of supremely blissful Madhava, the husband of the goddess of fortune, a mook, that means a dumb person, can speak, and a lame man can cross over a great mountain. In other words, the impossible becomes possible. And that verse comes in Chaitanya Charitamrita also, that Yat Kripa Tamahang Vande, what is that? Sri Chaitanya Maheshwaram. Just a little bit different. And then Sri Guru Dinatarinam also. By the mercy of the Guru, who is the uplifter, the savior of the lowly. So we should consider this is our position. We are impossible cases. Sometimes we discuss about devotees, we may say so and so is a difficult case. We're all difficult cases. We're all full of so many qualities which separate us from Krishna. But it is possible by Krishna's mercy, manifested through his devotees, that we can be free from all these bad qualities. And not only free from these bad qualities, but come to the highest level of blissful devotional service. That is especially possible in this Kali Yuga by the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In this Kali Yuga, not every Kali Yuga. There's a very nice verse in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, which I will quote now. Chaitanya Lila Amrita Pur, Krishna Lila Shukar Pur, Duhe Mile Hoy Sumadhurja, Sadhu Guru Prasade Tahaje Ashade, Shejane Madhurja Prachurja. So it's said here that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are simply full of nectar. So Amrita, sometimes that we can say this milk cooked with rice, payasam, that's sometimes called amrita. So that's very nice. If you add a little touch of camphor, karpur, then it becomes very, very nice. So in the same way that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes are just nectar, and if we consider them together with Krishna's pastimes, then it becomes very, very, very sweet. So who wants to take that amrita? But we can't take any food. First of all, it has to be prasad, right? We can't just take it by ourselves. So Sadhu Guru Prasadi, whoever takes this amrita of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes and Krishna's pastimes as the prasad, it's a pun, play on words, as the prasad, as the mercy. In other words, we hear it from the devotees and from the gurus. So whoever tastes that nectar by the mercy of the gurus and the sadhus, such a person, he knows what is madhurja prachurja, which means not exactly, but abundant sweetness. So we are meant for this. We are meant for this. What is that verse? Amrita Putra, that comes in the Upanishads also. That we are sons of nectar. So we're meant for that. Do you know that verse? Amrita Putra comes in the Upanishads. No. It's very nice. It says that we should. It's similar to that Utishta Jagrata Prapya Varang Nibbodha. We should know that we are meant for nectar. We're not meant for this miserable life in this material world. Shrinvantu Vishve Amrita Putra. Yeah. We're meant for blissful life. But in this material existence, we take that which is most horrible to be most relishable. Karma kanda, jnana kanda, kevala bishera banda, amrita baliya jebapai. Then, what is the next line? Amrita baliya jebakai. This karma kanda and jnana kanda is like pots of poison. Amrita baliya. But people who, they think, oh, it's very nice. Amrita baliya jebaka. They think it's just like nectar, but it's actually like poison. Nana joni shada fire. They're always going through different bodies. Kadarja bakanakari. They eat all kinds of horrible things. Just like these flies, if they find some stool, they'll think very nice. If you want to get rid of the flies, just go and poop in the garden, and they'll all go over there. They'll think very nice. If I ask you, here, you can eat some stool, will you think it's a very good idea? But the fly, they like that. There's the same Atma that was in a human body some time ago, now feels attracted to eating stool. This is the fault of not being Krishna conscious. Tara janma adapate jai. In this way, by not being Krishna conscious, we fall down to lower births. So we are meant for the highest bliss, the highest nectar. We should come out of this horrible situation of going round and round in the material world. That is the purpose of accepting initiation. And we can proceed with the proceedings, initiation proceedings. In various sampradayas, there are various elaborate proceedings for initiation. But we'll just do it very simply. The essence of initiation is surrender to Krishna via the person of the Guru. Dikkakale bhakta kare ata samarpan. At the time of initiation, devotee surrenders himself. offers himself completely. So that is the essence. 2 devotees will accept initiation into chanting the Hare Krishna mantra now. So I will ask them to first of all come and offer obeisance to Srila Prabhupada, then to all the acharyas and the Panchatattva and Nrsimhadev and Radha Krishna, Radha Shamsundar. Yeah, okay, they got the idea. Okay, so first offer to Prabhupada. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. If you offer from the other side, it's better, showing your left side to the Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Then you can come before your initiating guru and offer obeisance also. So her name? So I'm going to give both of these devotees names that Srila Prabhupada gave to his disciples. I gave one devotee in Russia the name Falini. I didn't give anyone the name Haripada yet. Yeah, so she can please say what are the 4 principles, regulated principles. First, Yoga Rani Mataji. So she got everything okay? All right.
4 is okay.
Okay. And minimum, how many rounds do we have to chant? So then your name will be Yogini Devidasi. Hare Krishna. That's the name for Radharani. She's the best yogini because she has the power to control Krishna. Yeah. Then please, you can say also the 4 regulated principles. That means no intoxication, no wine, is it? That one? Gambling, I say. Sura, I thought it was wine. Madira is intoxication, means wine. Alright, then how many rounds to chant? So the name is Sarala Devidasi. Sarala means simple in the sense that nothing else, only fixed on Krishna. Only Krishna, no complication. So please offer your obeisances also to Haripada Prabhu and Falini Mataji, and then you can go to the Yagya Kund, in which they'll be sitting above the Ritviks. Now you're Ritviks. Hare Krishna. That became a bad word, but it's not a bad word. It's a very good word. But it became by association. Sahaji is also a very good word. In the sense that we should have natural love for Krishna. Prakrita Sahaji is the bad word. Yeah. All these words. So you can ask them to sit here. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.